We on this channel have constantly spoken about the perfect unions between creators and stars and how it's so beautiful to see, especially in Tamil cinema, when the inventive eye of a creator can still persist and thrive while a star is at the helm of affairs. We saw it with Doctor, with Sarpata Parambarai, and one of my favorites, Manadu as well. And a page from the same book of unions is here with Vikram, directed by Lokesh Kanagaraj and starring Kamal Haasan in the title role. Kanagaraj had openly stated on how much of a Kamal Haasan fanboy he is, but what was music to my ears and for most movie buffs was that the man stated that Vikram is 100% his film. I think most Tamil film fans would also admit that Master, especially in its second act, became more of a celebration of the star rather than catering to the storyline. Kaithi, however, still is one of my favorite commercial Tamil films, a film, by the way, you should have watched before stepping in for this movie, just to get several of its references, especially the climax, as you are basically stepping in for the Lokesh Kanagaraj cinematic universe. The film focuses on a masked gang conducting well-planned killings of known officials as a social statement, leading to an investigation and understanding of drug trade and gangs across Chennai and beyond. A bloody long drawn out gang war between drug lords and those undercover police and officials in a cat and mouse chase, incorporating every move there is in and out of the book to handle the sheer violence ensuing on the streets for a consignment worth lakhs of crores. And this is where the characters of Fahadh Faasil, Vijay Sethupathi, Chemban, Vinod and Kamal Haasan get introduced, each having their own motive in the entire mess, within and mostly against the confines of law and order. If you would have noticed, I have kept it as vague as ever so that you guys explore the themes and the storyline when you step in for the film. And more importantly, that's what the creators intended, because Vikram's trailer literally gave away nothing about the storyline. So let's keep it that way. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch Vikram in theaters or not. The underwhelming aspects. Information dense and indulgent. Vikram is a movie that is 2 hours and 53 minutes long. The payoff at the end of this 3-hour mad ride is absolutely worth it. But it is important to note that it does demand active viewing from the audience. As the investigation gets into finer details of the case, more elements and characters get explored, highlighting the sheer volume at which many of these illegal practices are functioning. This usually is denoted with fast-paced editing and information being floated around that you have to keep in the back of your mind, as Lokesh very intelligently has several callbacks to those same moments. So while one would equate commercial mass entertainers to simply being about relaxing and seeing the spectacle, Lokesh demands you to be attentive and notice the finer details. Not necessarily an underwhelming aspect, but something distinct and different from the movies you see in the same genre. More importantly, you have to be privy to the world Lokesh has created. Several references of Tamil cinema and ode to Kamal Haasan in some cases really hit home if you have context to why they exist. So references to Lokesh's previous films and the sheer fanboy expression of his art form requires you to have context of Tamil cinema and some of its eccentricities. To be truly appreciated, a little bit of homework is needed. I repeat again, one thing that is a definite yes is that you have to watch Kaithi before you step in for this film. The Good. Anirudh Ravichandar. I think I created a heated debate because I said that I was not a fan of Patala Patala because the lyrics written by Kamal Haasan have a sense of nostalgia and slang that only the population of the state and Tamil film fans across decades would connect with. I understand the sentiment that people have for the lyrics of the film, but because I guess I'm a dancer, I mostly look at the beats and my assessment was strictly on the basis of it sounding generic in terms of music, not really pushing me off my feet to shake a move on the dance floor, which is what basically Vati Coming did for me. However, I think this is one of Anirudh's best work. This is such a delicious integration of grunge rock in this film that it actually is reminiscent of the 80s and perfectly fits the theme of the exhilarating bloodbath and shootouts that commence throughout. Not to forget, the title track and the piece Once Upon a Time really does encapsulate the stylized treatment of an action thriller done in my eyes almost to perfection by Lokesh Kanagaraj. The moment Anirudh's music commenced, especially in the interval block, gave me absolute goosebumps. The inclusion of classic hits, some as meta references, and my favorite, the Pablo Escobar song that revs up during the wedding, this has to be some of Anirudh's most inventive work in movies. Cinematography and action sequences. The best aspect of Vikram in my eyes is the perfect union between cinematographer Girish Gangadharan and action directors Anb Arif. No wonder Lokesh decided to showcase their name in one of the initial stills of the movie because they truly are the stars of the show. The marriage between these two creators especially shines in the pre-interval block, where each point of impact in the hand-to-hand combat is assisted with a camera movement, almost as if it has been rigged perfectly to have a start and end point across the running time. This is one thing that I would like Hindi film creators to notice on just how effective it is with long shots. Whether it is a dance choreography or an action sequence, how in the process of trying to take stylized shots, you indulge in so many jump cuts that it actually takes away from the action sequence standing out. The ability to see and feel each move on the big screen heightens the scenes tenfold. The film has this dark rustic tone that really gets channelized as the film gets gorier, bloodier, and well, crazier. And I think both the cinematography and action sequences were standout aspects of this movie. The performances. Vijay Sethupathi is one of my favorite actors from Tamil cinema, and I had got really bummed out recently just with the saturation of mundane scripts that he was doing, but I saw a man who really carved out so much from a character that, if you notice from a writing standpoint, was pretty basic. Being a pawn to the system of illegal drug trade, he adds nuances to the character that makes even the most ordinary sequences interesting and organic. Pankaj Tripathi had once said कि जो छोटे रोल में भी सिक्सर मार देते हैं ना, वो असली आर्टिस्ट होता है. And Vijay Sethupathi actually has done that with this role. A character seemingly watered down but still having the ability to make it entertaining. Fahadh Faasil just perfectly assimilates in this world as Amar. Precision, goal-oriented and level-headed are all aspects that can be equated to his character. His sharpness and agile body language gets showcased extremely well, speaking through his eyes as he does in so many Malayalam movies. He matches up to a legend like Kamal Haasan so well. And well, it is the legend of course in the title role. Kamal Haasan shines and becomes an active passenger to a visionary like Lokesh Kanagaraj, and you love to see exactly that. Vikram is full of restraint rage, extremely capable and fearless. The man and his presence never weighs the film down, even in the slightest, and this is why the next point becomes so important. This is 100% Lokesh Kanagaraj. Kanagaraj really shines in making a holistically entertaining and stylized action thriller with a legend like Kamal Haasan, a film that he develops in such a way that it not only stands out individually, but beautifully carves out a universe of his most exciting characters. The film has just the right amount of mass moments, the cheeky dialogues, the homage to Tamil cinema, shaping up to be an out-and-out mass entertainer it promised it would be with the first rushes of the movie. Lokesh categorically showcases us incoherent sequences in the first half, throwing us off, thinking that the editing or screenplay might be an issue, only with several callbacks to make you eat your words and understand that even that incoherence had a purpose. It is truly his film, he wasn't joking, but it is the climax in which Lokesh and his ability as the captain of the ship truly blew me over. My jaw dropped, I started clapping incessantly on just the possibility it opens up after Vikram, and what is now termed as the Lokesh Kanagaraj universe. I'll just end with two things. Suriya is bloody phenomenal in his appearance, and I'll leave it at that. And two, Agent Tina requires her own spin-off. I'm just saying. And that was a video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.